Let's talk about how to create a home environment that encourages communication for your nonverbal autistic baby. When I say communication, I'm talking about things like pointing, signing, or exchanging a picture icon. A direct way your child can express their wants and needs. But you could be missing out on golden teaching opportunities based on how your home is set up. If everything your child wants, snacks, toys, favorite items are readily available, your child has no reason to ask, gesture, or directly communicate. By the end of the video, you'll walk away with simple ways to organize your home space, like your kitchen, the playroom, bedroom, or bathroom. So communication becomes a natural and consistent part of your child's daily routine. Let's talk about it. If you don't know me, my name is Celeste. I've been in the fields of ABA therapy for over 12 years. I educate and empower parents on how to better connect with their autistic child, how to really get in their world and teach meaningful everyday skills. So number one, placing favorite things up out of reach and in view. Why? Because when your child wants something they need your help to reach or open, now they have a reason to sign, gesture, or directly communicate. So for the kitchen, one simple thing that you can do today is really placing snacks or drinks high up out of reach. An example is placing like cookies placed up high, maybe on a shelf or on top of the fridge. You see your child looking at it and then maybe they hand lead you to it. Instead of just freely giving, pause. That's a perfect opportunity to practice pointing. So you get their little hand, make it into a fist, and you point, and then you bring down the cookies and you say, here you go, cookies. Thank you for asking me. Right? Direct communication. Let's say there's juice in the fridge and it's really tightly closed and you did it on purpose. Your child pulls the juice out. You go in his little picture icon book, flip through the pages, find the juice icon, and you get his little fingers, gently rip it off and exchange it to you, and you take it and you say, juice. Okay, juice. Thank you for asking. And you start pouring them the juice. Let's talk about the player bedroom. Keeping some toys organized in a sealed container is a great way to practice the sign for help. Here's an example of what I mean. So here are some toys in a bin. You could place this up out of reach and you see your child wants it, right? They're looking at it. The intention is there. Before you pull it down for them, you could model the sign, help. Get their little hands, help them sign it. Good, help, okay. And then you take the toys down, open it for them. You say, thank you for asking me for help. Here you go. Let's talk about the bathroom. So let's say you have the bath toys put away. Okay. And let's pretend you have a bath toy set of 5 rubber ducks. And your child knows there's 5, but you only give them 3. And they look at it like, hey, where are the other 2? This comes in a set. I want the other 2. You see them looking at it or reaching for it. Pause, model the sign, more. If he still doesn't do it, go ahead and help him. Get his little hands and you say more. Okay, here are the other ducks, more. Let's consider communication is not a one-time thing. So once you give him the ducks, that's not the end. You're supposed to practice this every time during bath time. The same thing with the toy bin. It's not just a one-time thing where you give him access to all the toys forever. After he's done playing with it, clean it up, put it again up out of reach. So tomorrow he has another opportunity to practice the sign for help. What we're doing is we're creating a routine and expectation for your child to communicate. With repetition and ample practice opportunities, that's when you see some independence start to emerge, and you won't always have to help them with learning the signs or learning the pointing or learning the picture exchange. I know we talked about 3 different examples, like with kitchen, player bedroom, and bathroom, but these are just 3 examples. Like I really encourage you to start with just one. Just pick one area and be really consistent with it. And then once you have that down, go ahead and add another area of the house. I think the kitchen is probably the easiest place to start because with food, there are many practice opportunities throughout the day. If your child is nonverbal, it's likely that they have a communication book, like a PECS book with different icons in it. Or maybe they have an AAC device, which is an electronic communication device. Practice keeping that somewhere within eye level and within reach in the home throughout the day. Place it in a high-touch surface area like the coffee table or maybe the kitchen table. It really just depends on your home setup and your child best. Where are they, most throughout the day? And pick that spot. You want a home for the communication book or for the AAC device where it's readily available as possible. It's really a reminder for him to use it and a reminder for you to use it as well. Something I hear from the parents I work with quite frequently is something like this. My son or daughter is so independent. They really don't ask me for chips, more juice, or toys. They usually just pull whatever they want out of the fridge, and they have free range of toys and materials in the home, right? He's so independent. My question would be, yes, but is it because he has to be? If your child has no communication skills, pulling food out of the fridge or cabinets or pulling out all the toys is the only way he has to get his needs met. Right now, it may be the case for your child that pulling food out of the fridge is easier than communicating. As a parent, you want to give your child the tools to get their needs met across any setting. Right now, when your child is thirsty, he goes to the fridge and grabs his water bottle because it's readily available. He doesn't have to ask anyone. What happens when he's at school, and he's thirsty and it's not readily available like it is at home? Does your child have the skill or sign to be able to find his communication book, flip through the pages, find the icon of a water bottle, travel to a teacher and exchange the icon? Right? He won't if you haven't consistently practiced it at home. Some people have grievances with using food as a means of obtaining motivation to promote communication or obtaining motivation to teach a new skill. But I would argue that it's our ethical duty to teach our nonverbal kids how to get all of their needs met. And food is a priority on that list. You can anticipate your nonverbal child's needs because why wouldn't you? You're an amazing mom and you can read your baby's nonverbal cues like the back of your hand. But by pausing and instead of freely giving him his things, it's inserting room for learning. A teaching opportunity he didn't have before. Because if you don't practice those key communication opportunities at home, he won't have it when he really needs it. You don't want to wait until he really needs it to practice. When your nonverbal baby is thirsty at school, you don't want that to be the first time he's learning it. You don't want that to be the first time for the teacher to maybe pick up on his cues and practice the sign for water. You want to practice communication skills at home consistently as part of his daily routine. That way, when he really needs it, even with unfamiliar adults and even in a novel environment like school, grandma's house, a birthday party, wherever, he has the skills because you've been practicing every day at home. To recap, we talked about placing preferred snacks, toys, and favorite items within view, but out of reach throughout different areas of your home. When your child's favorite things are placed up high or in a sealed container, they need your help to reach or open it. And those are golden opportunities to practice communication. And no, you're not holding them back. You're giving them more independence because you're giving them the tools to communicate with people who don't know them like you do. If you learned something new from this video, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what resonated with you. From your favorite BCBA, keep showing up, keep doing the work. You got this.